Well, college basketball has determined their Final Four, and a couple of football teams on the gridiron look to make the top four as well to qualify for the Region 5B playoffs. Welcome to SportsWire. I'm Will Catterley. One of those teams looking to make it big and stay atop the standings is Hermitage. The Panthers go in undefeated 4-0, looking for their best start since Patrick Kane was head coach. But to do that, they'd have to beat Deep Run. So the Wildcats come marching into Hermitage, trying to play the role of spoiler, upsetter, try to knock Hermitage out of the playoff running.
Braylon and J-Bird switch. Hey, set the tone early. Let's go. Take the house. Let's go.
Of course, Hermitage has other plans. They wanted to strike quickly, says Coach Bedwell. Well, they didn't do it on the kickoff return, but how about a two-play drive? That'll work. This pass caught complete to Nana Mensah. Second play of the drive. You're going to hear a lot from this guy, NJ Nigel James, all the way to pay dirt, over 50 yards on the ground, just on one play alone, touchdown, Hermitage. And like I said, you're going to hear a lot more from Nigel James.
It's a business trip.
As he says, yeah, we're on a business trip. Well, you're at home, but it's all business for Hermitage, up 7-0. All business as well, as business is going well, for the Hermitage defense. Amir Muhammad with a stop there, and then later, this guy's been really good on the defensive end of the ball. Number 16, Stanley Athey Jr. gets the fumble recovery with a lead to this. Nigel James, you kidding me? 62 yards? See you later. Touchdown, NJ. And Hermitage, just like that, has a 14-0 lead, and just like that on two carries, Nigel James has over 100 yards rushing, and yeah, we're just in the second quarter. More from the first half. Deep Run's offense, starter at quarterback in this one, Carter Foy. He was, facing against this stingy defense. He had his moments. This drive would be one of them. Foy, again, this time calling his own number up the middle. It would lead to this. Carter Foy in the Deep Run offense, trying to get back into the game. This time, he's going to roll out to the left side on the option. He finds the end zone. Touchdown, Carter Foy. Touchdown, Deep Run. We got ourselves a ball game, folks. It's 14-6. Extra point would be no good. But Hermitage just kept coming at Deep Run with the running attack. This time they give it to the fullback. Number 45 on the carry would lead to this. Who else but Nigel James? 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half alone. And Nigel James and Hermitage answer right back, would have a 21-6 lead. Wildcats trying to come back. Second half, but not happening. Sack by that Hermitage defensive front. And then on offense, you've seen him. You can't contain him. Nigel James, 269 yards rushing on the night. 4 touchdowns, including that one right there. Get this. 6-game regular season, right? He's getting very close to 1,000 yards. It's hard enough to do in a 10-game season. It looks like he might get that done just in 6. More from Athey in the defense. His second fumble recovery of the night. It would pay dividends. Hermitage would have to settle for this field goal, but now they're up 31-6 with 5:37 to go in the third. And you haven't heard the last from Hermitage. Deep Run trying to come back on the ground game. Nice job by Ellis with the run. And then this time around the left side, Deep Run, another first down. Their running game paying dividends late. But Hermitage, clock is on their side. They're willing to give up the short gain. Just not a gain like this. Alva Rose all the way to pay dirt. Touchdown, Deep Run. They never quit fighting in this one. That, we get the Panthers get Deep Run. Wildcats, I should say, within 3 scores, but it was way too much Hermitage. Check it out. Number 8, quarterback Jalen Burton going to connect with Alhaji Kamara, and Kamara with the touchdown catch. All Hermitage in this one. They're improving the passing game as well at the right time. They improve to 5-0 on the season. 58-20. Panthers are your winner. Meanwhile, one team in the East End on the outside looking in, but in control of their own destiny, is Varina. The Blue Devils need to win out to make a spot in the postseason, maybe a little bit of help. First things first, though, win at home against Douglas Freeman. Varina at home hosting the Douglas Freeman Mavericks, looking to stay in that playoff hunt. They would waste no time getting on the scoreboard. This guy had a heck of a game. Talk about running back Nigel James for Hermitage. How about running back Jalen Walker for Varina? He had a huge night. More on him in a minute. He finds pay dirt right there. It was 6-0 Varina. More from the Blue Devils, this time from the passing game of Bobby Dunn, and he ain't done. He's going to find Carlos Thompson, who had 3 catches for 48 yards and that touchdown. 14-0 Blue Devils early, but not out of it yet. Freeman's running game got some traction. Charlie the Tuna Martin, my captain, with the first down there. And then this guy, when he gets going, Freeman's offense takes it to the next level. It's Andrew Bland on the ground at the quarterback position. Same drive, second quarter led to this. Give it back to the captain. Yeah, Charlie Martin finds pay dirt. We got ourselves a football game. It's now 14-7. Varina, though, had answers. This guy was one of the biggest answers. Look at the moves put on by Jalen Walker. Did you see the block right there? Well, if not, we're going to rewind this and show you from up top the replay here. Jalen Walker all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. Long touchdown scamper gives Varina a 21-7 lead. But let's look inside the tape, shall we? Here we are. We got the running back with the 0 right there with the circle, and you've got that wide receiver trips formation on the right, and he's going to block the X defender. Watch the play unfold. Yeah, Walker makes some men miss, and he's probably going to score anyway, but the receiver, the hustle, that's why coaches say don't quit on a play. That block you just saw made sure that Walker would score. Great hustle, great execution coming from all the way on the right side of the field to making a big block on the left. That's why that play was successful. By the way, the defense was successful. Number 7 on the pick 6. Quincy Jefferson making the house call, and Varina scoring 2 touchdowns in less than 30 seconds. 28-7 at that point, still second quarter. You want more Varina on offense? You got it. Number 13, Tyrell Harris. He was hard to contain. You want more Harris? You got it. How about here it is again on the end around. And speed to burn. Gets a nice block on the outside as well. He is gone. Touchdown, Varina. I tell you what, ever since their opening game against Hermitage, this Varina team is very, very good. They've been terrific. 35-7 at the half. Second half, Varina not putting their foot off the gas as of yet. Guess who? It's Jalen Walker. And get this, just 7 carries. He had 203 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. Cheerleading looks a little out of sync. That guy was really getting into it, though. He's happy with the Blue Devil performance. Not done is Freeman. Nice pitch and catch from Andrew Bland. He finds his wide receiver. It would not go for a score, Luke Shorts, but this would. Rushing touchdown for Varina late in this one. And it was all Varina. Defense standing up as well. That's a strip, sack, and fumble recovery. And the Blue Devils do their job. They stay alive in this playoff race. Get a nice home victory. 49-7 is your final. We've got more gridiron action to get to when we come back. Highland Springs looking to stay undefeated on the road, taking on J.R. Tucker. Speaking of unbeaten, Deep Run looks to stay the same as they hit the road and take on Mills Godwin. Highlights are straight ahead.
Take out meals for just $12.99. Call now.
Sherry Pearson. You are the sole surviving heir of the King of Montonopolis, and you are now worth $45 million.
I'm rich. This can't be real.
Of course it's not real. Come on. Having money isn't about luck. Like that takeout meal. Cook at home instead, you can save thousands a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
Welcome back to Sportswire. To field hockey we go. It's Deep Run at Godwin. Deep Run trying to stay perfect on the year. They haven't even been scored upon on the road and looking good early. That shot gets kick-saved away and then fired right on net. Nice save by Mills Godwin, but it would set up this corner. Every corner is a goal. Feels that way for Deep Run. She shoots, she scores. Number 10 getting into the ledger, Hannah Paella. And deep run off and running with a 1-0 lead. And when the Wildcats score goals, they usually come in bunches. Still first quarter, just a few minutes later. Check it out, inside the box, Paella sends it in, and then right there for the finish, she shoots, she scores. Addie Brooksbank finds the back of the net, and just like that, it's 2-0 deep run. There was more where that would come from still in the first quarter. Remember, they play 4. This shot goes all the way, and look who it finds. It's Paella again, and she sets it up, and to her teammate, knocks it down, goes bottom right shelf. She shoots, she scores. Anna Reed gets into the scoring column, and it's 3-0 deep run. There'll be more deep run where this came from. Godwin trying to come up with a chance, can't quite clear it. Deep run lived in Godwin's zone all night long. She shoots, she scores. Nice play on the ricochet. Wildcats, this time, number 6 doing the honors. It's Brooksbank once again, her second of the night. Godwin would have their chances, though. Here's one of them on the corner. A good look inside. Great defense right there, but it would set up another Godwin corner, and this time, Eagles going to get a good look at net here. She shoots, just goes wide. Perhaps a slight kick save. They say it's deep run, ball out. And then Wildcats not done scoring themselves. Inside, firing, finding the back of the net. She shoots, she scores. Ella Burns doing the honors that time. And the Wildcats in firm control, looking to stay unbeaten and well on their way, up 5-0. More deep run next quarter. Call it the third. Firing, finding the back of the net. It's Hannah Paella, one of several seniors on this squad. Deep run has yet to be challenged this year, and they were not challenged in this one either, although I got to give the Godwin goalkeeper props on this. On the breakaway, coming up with a big-time save. Wasn't enough for Godwin to get back in the game. Wildcats are your winners. 6-0 is your final. Get this, deep run so far has outscored their competition 39-0. Back to the gridiron now. Highland Springs trying to stay unbeaten and near the top of the playoff standings, and this will help. Intercepted by Dejan Barnes, and Barnes can take it to the bank. All the way back, deep into Tucker territory. Highland Springs with an early pick would set it up for this. Firing, finding wide receiver, number 13, Michael Hodge from Juwan Dent. Easy squeezy, lemon peasy. Springers up 7-0, 5:11 to go in the first quarter. Tigers trying to get something going on offense, going outside against the speed D. Not going to happen. DeQuan Giles and company there to make the stop, going outside again. Oh my goodness. Number 64 was there to meet him, and that's Miles Green. And then on the punt, well, that sails over the punter's head. That's good for a 2-point bucket if you're counting at home. 9-0 Springers as we go to the second quarter. Back to punt again. More special teams. They almost get the block. Not going to matter. It's still going to end up in 6 points. Kwanye Vini takes it all the way back for the touchdown. Springers cooking on all cylinders at this point, up 16-0, still second quarter. Want more defense? You got it. Tricky Tigers, a flea flicker, but Kelvin Gilliam is there for the strip sack. Big old number 44 almost scores a touchdown. Oh, wait, he is in. Darius Taylor gets his name into the scoring column. 23-0 Springers at this point in the second. More Springer D. Tucker looking for something, can't find anything. He drops the football at number 50. He's going to score. Oh, he's dropped down at the 1. Peyton Jackson almost had a defensive touchdown as well. Tucker almost recovered a fumble at the end of the play, but the ref said he was down. It would lead to this. Springer's defense and special teams setting up their offense for some easy drives. Juwan Dent lumbers into the end zone. That was pretty simple. A touchdown run for him. He's been playing great. Highland Springs, 33-0 lead. And they would add more. Tucker trying to get things going on the ground, one of their more positive plays of the day, or of the night, I should say. That's good for a run, and then going around the right side. That's all right. Going for it on fourth down, not quite getting it. Highland Springs takes over. Springers go to work right down the middle, and the crossing route or slant to Michael Hodge works wonders. Springers, they are feeling it right now. They are on a roll. Big-time matchup with Varina coming up. Playoff implications in this one. 40-0, your final. Let's stay with Tucker and Highland Springs, but let's go to the field hockey field, if you will. Tigers' first quarter action on the breakaway. Number 6 tries to get it past the keeper. Not quite. Highland Springs clears it. But Tucker lived in the Springer zone all evening long, it seemed. Defense trying to get to it again. Keeper kick, save. No, she misses it. And finally the hard work. Well, keeper stuck with it. Tucker not able to find the net on that one. But the pressure was still on. And you know, eventually, the hard work's going to pay dividends. She shoots, she scores. I don't know how she got that one on a difficult angle. But Hannah Mahan, center forward, finds the back of the net. Tigers up 1-0. More from J.R. Tucker. Again on the move. She shoots, she scores. Tucker finding the back of the net once again. Mahan, a big reason why. Tigers up 2-0 at that point. Every corner is a goal. Well, not always, but good attempt by Tucker on this one. The shot right there, and then inside the circle, they get the rebound. And she shoots, she scores. This time, number 15 finds the back of the net. Lauren Vasquez, one of the captains, center midfielder. She scores. Tigers in cruise control at this point. And then on the breakaway, firing, finding the back of the net. She shoots, she scores. It's Vasquez once again. Nice assist by Sarah Francis Pays as well. Highland Springs had some opportunities late in this one on the breakaway, number 1, but it's kick save and away. Nice stop by J.R. Tucker. Tigers switching sides now as we change periods with a chance. That one almost gets through, but it's kicked away. So no harm, no foul. But this was often the case. We saw this all night long. Tigers with a breakaway opportunity and making the most of it, getting past the keeper and finding the back of the net. She shoots, she scores, and it's a hat trick for Vasquez as a captain has a smile on her face, and she should. Tigers looking good in this one. Not done quite yet. Inside, can't get it to go, kicked away. And stoppage of play, the referee trying to figure out, well, I don't know if that went in, but it was all Tucker all evening long. They give or credit the Tigers with a goal later, make it 5-0. And then just to put this one on ice, guess who? It's Vasquez on the breakaway. She's going to center this one, finds her teammate. Oh! Just goes wide. Nice save by the Springer keeper. Highland Springs themselves going for the opportunity. The Tigers are able to wrestle it away, and then eventually that one trickles into the back of the net. She shoots, she scores. It's Hannah Mahan again as they go tumbling down. Keeper and goal scorer Tucker gets the win against Highland Springs. 6-0 is your final. It's back to football when we come back. Godwin entertains Henrico at home, plus one Highland Springs Springer turns obstacles into opportunity. I'll explain next.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to Sportswire. You know, we've all been there. One thing goes wrong, then another, and then, well, we blame that for not being able to succeed at the level that we wanted to. It's okay. That's human nature. But it's not in the nature of Highland Springs senior Iyanna Rogers. She turns obstacles into opportunities. Iyanna Rogers has been a basketball star at Highland Springs, averaging 15 points and 11 rebounds a game her junior year. Most recently, she joins teammates Sydney Boone and Henrico's Jada Walker as McDonald's All-American nominees.
So I don't usually measure my success based on that, but it's definitely a really big accomplishment, and I'm really proud of myself for everything that I was able to overcome.
I think what sets her apart from others, she has that drive inside of her that she wants to be the best. And she never lets a bad day get in her way.
And Iyanna's had plenty of bad days that would stop the average person, but not someone with this kind of drive.
In total, I had 3 surgeries, a spinal infusion because I had scoliosis, and then 2 ACL surgeries.
When you're 13 years old and you have a major back surgery and have rods put into your back to straighten up your spine, you're probably going to say, I'm done.
You know, when they show you a projection on the screen of, what the issue is and that it's pushing on her heart, then, you're saying, the urgency is, it's really important.
But Iyanna's love for the game at a very early age helped her and her mother stay positive.
You have to go to the place of where you can think positively. If you go anyplace else, you're going crazy.
What was crazy was Iyanna not only recovered, her basketball got even better. She even earned a starting position as a freshman at Highland Springs.
She walked into my office one day and she said, Coach, you think at some point in time I can play the wing? I said, well, to be able to play the wing, if you want to get to college, you got to get an offensive game. So from that time when she was a freshman to when she became a junior, her offensive side was night and day. That level that she took it to allowed us to be the type of team that we were because we had a scoring force inside.
And finally, a team capable of beating defending state champion Princess Anne. But first, they had to get past an equally talented Norview team.
I remember I got 3 blocks in a row on one play, and I remember that. And that was a big point in the game because when you get blocked, your confidence drops. And when you see your teammate get blocked, your confidence drops. So if it happened 3 times in a row, it's just and then I remember we got back up, and I think that boosted our confidence in knowing that I was able to defend, but then also be able to help us offensively too.
Iyanna helped Highland Springs win against Norview, setting up the state championship game against Princess Anne. That would never happen due to COVID-19.
I vividly remember it was March 13th. I remember that. And throughout the week, they were telling us how we would not be going to school for 2 weeks or things like that.
I thought on that Thursday when we got the news and we got the girls together up in the main office, that was going to be the hardest thing that I had to tell them.
They called for the girls basketball team to come to the office, and we were like, what's going on? Are they trying to celebrate us, because we made it to the championship? And actually our coach called us in there, and he sat us all down, and he was telling us how our season was going to be canceled.
So that was tough. That was a lot of tears, a lot of emotions, a lot of hugs afterwards.
And I remember a lot of my teammates, were crying. They were upset because I realized it's not only a chance for us to get a championship against Princess Anne, but it was also an opportunity for them to get scholarships and bigger looks on a bigger stage. So I knew that was another thing that would affect them too.
And then to get the word that our season was canceled, and to have to tell 8 seniors that they weren't going to get their senior season to play. They weren't going to get a senior night. That is the hardest, toughest talk that I've ever had to give to a team.
That was, I was upset about it, but the greatest thing is knowing that we did our homework early and that she was already committed to, able to commit to a school. Because if you wait on that senior year, you're in trouble. You're way behind the game.
And that's what Iyanna always did. No matter the injury, no matter the circumstances, no matter the pandemic, Iyanna excelled in the classroom. making her the first Springer to get a scholarship to Penn University.
She doesn't like to settle for mediocre. She's not going to settle for mediocre. So you can bet your life on it. She's going to excel and do the things that she wants to do in life. When she was in middle school, she was accepted to like all of the specialty programs. She said, you know what? I'm going to go to Highland Springs. And her decision was they've got the best basketball team for girls in Richmond. And they've got the ACA program. So you've got education. I'm going to graduate with an associate's degree and that. I'm going Ivy League.
And since there's no basketball for her senior year, Iyanna went from playing this to playing this.
Track I wanted to do, and volleyball were another sport that I wanted to do. And, with the hustle and grind of basketball and the continuous demands of it and how big it is, it was kind of hard to fit it in, but I was like, God gave me an opportunity with COVID to be able to try out another sport and try volleyball, and I really love it.
Iyanna Rogers.
Don't get but so good in volleyball because you never know. Coach might walk in or see you on film and offer you a volleyball scholarship.
All in all, Iyanna always keeps everything in stride.
We got a ring. We got a ring. So if we played or we didn't play, we got a ring. You don't got to tell nobody it was a Coach State champion. You show them that ring, they know what it is. And that shows the work that we put in and everything that we did.
After concluding her career at Highland Springs, Iyanna plans to study architecture at Penn. Back to the gridiron we go. It's Mills Godwin and it's Henrico. This game taking place on a Monday night. Both teams come in winless in this one, but you know what? This was the best game, at least the closest game, we've covered all year long. Early on, Henrico, big-time play by Simeon Godwin, and Godwin intercepts Godwin. No harm, no foul for Godwin. Their defense would hold, and then they would get the ground going. Number 3, Mason Stabe. Check out the hard work he puts in. Got about 6 green and gold jerseys, or green and gray, I guess. Trying to stop him. He pushes forward for an extra 5 yards. Same drive, second quarter. First offensive touchdown of the year for Mills. Godwin goes to the quarterback on the sneak, Marcus Orpiano, and the Godwin Eagles flying high, up 7-0. Later, Henrico trying to get something going on offense. They would in this game, but they would drop the football too much. Shaquan Morris loses the handle. Johnny on the spot. Big old number 68, John Wallace, the senior. He recovers it. Godwin back in business on offense. But here comes that Henrico defense in pursuit. The sack by number 62, Malachi Hayes. He gets in the backfield, creates a positive play. More defensive power from Henrico. Great coverage and an interception by Kamari Wells and Allswells for Kamari Wells and Henrico as they start to come back. Beautiful play call right here. It's the middle screen of the running back, Kavion Keys, and he had the keys to the Henrico drive. So did number 11, Jordan Hawkins, quarterback, looking, firing, finding he's got his receiver. It's Simeon Godwin. All the way down inside the 5-yard line. Actually make that Devin Sumler, who was on the receiving end. And then eventually, a couple plays later, Corbin Wallace. Yeah, officials unpack it. He gets in for the touchdown. Tied at 7 at the half. We got ourselves one heck of a full moon. Anything can happen, and in this game, anything did. Henrico was going to have trouble with Godwin's very special teams. Opening kickoff. It's a squib kick that goes all the way down to the 1-yard line, which allows the Godwin defense to do this. Get the safety. They tackle the running back in the end zone for 2 points. Credit Carter Morris, the kickoff kicker, for making that happen. Later, Henrico has the free kick after the safety. 9-7, not anymore. Grayson Hanks takes it all the way back to the house. Touchdown Godwin. So in a matter of moments, the Eagles scored 2 on the safety and then the touchdown and the extra point on the free kick. And it's 16-7. Godwin looking like they're in control. More from the Eagles. Pass. Caught. Orpiano finds Mason Stabe. He had a great night, did Mason. And then it would lead to this. The rushing touchdown to the right, Mikhail Johnson-Harris. He finds pay dirt. This is going to be a laugher, right? 23-7, 6:52 to go in the third quarter. Wrong. Henrico finds their way back. And they do it on the ground. Check it out. Speed to burn. Nice tackle and not giving up on the play, but number 5 making it work. Timothy Hicks. It would lead to this. The quarterback keeper, is he in? Is he in? Hawkins, yes, he is. The officials would finally say touchdown. Warriors not finished. Not quite yet. It would be 23-13. Still 3:11 to go in the third quarter. Let's go to the fourth. Same score. Warriors going to the ground game. It would pay dividends. Here he is again, Timothy Hicks. Solid evening at the stadium. That's good for first down, big-time yardage. Lead to this. The fade route. Jordan Hawkins finds Kamari Wells. And all of a sudden, the Warriors, once down 23-7, find themselves down 23-20. Still 6:49 to go. Henrico would get the ball back a couple more times. This was their best chance. Approaching midfield, running. Roll out, scramble, drops the football. Hawkins fumbles. Godwin recovers, and the Eagles survive. They get their first win of the year. And what was a great game, 23-20 is your final. So, with all the football complete from the week, let's take a look at the ever-important standings. Here's just Henrico County, Hermitage, Highland Springs, Varina, 1, 2, and 3. Glen Allen sitting there at number 4 overall. But in reality, there are only 3 Henrico teams that have a chance to make the playoffs. And here is why. When we look at the Region 5B playoff standings, Hermitage sits on top at 5-0. Manchester, they're 4-1. Not as good of a record as Highland Springs, but power points matter. They've played tougher teams with better records. Therefore, power points-wise, they're in the number 2 spot for now. Highland Springs at number 3 at 5-0. Remember, only 4 teams get in. Prince George at 4-1, Midlothian at 4-1, Varina at 4-1. Now, Varina plays Highland Springs. If Varina wins, they're in. Highland Springs may be out. So call it a play-in game. Last game matters. Remember, if you have questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address at sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us, and you can always follow us on Twitter. I can't wait to see ya next time on SportsWire.